If you've ever run a usability test, you know the drill. User sits in a room, screen recorded. They complete 5 tasks while you watch. It's useful, but it's also fake. Because nobody opens your banking app sitting upright in a quiet room, fully focused, with a researcher watching. They open it on a bus, while distracted, while anxious about their balance, at 11 p.m. in bed, half asleep. That gap between the lab and real life is exactly what diary studies are built to close. A diary study is exactly what it sounds like. You ask participants to log their experiences with a product over days or weeks, as they happen in their real context. Not tell me how you felt about the app last Tuesday. But right now, in this moment, here's what just happened. Entries can be text, voice notes, screenshots, even short videos. The goal isn't a single snapshot. It's a timeline of real behavior, including the moments researchers never get to see. The anxiety check. The frustrated abandon. The I forgot this existed 3 days later. Here's why this method is having a moment in 2026. 1. Context is everything in modern products. If you're designing for habit-forming apps, financial tools, health trackers, or anything used repeatedly, you need to know what happens between sessions. Usability testing can't show you that. Diary studies can. 2. AI made this method dramatically easier to run. 5 years ago, diary studies meant physical notebooks, or clunky spreadsheets, or WhatsApp groups that became unmanageable. Now, tools can auto-transcribe voice entries. AI can summarize hundreds of entries into themes overnight. Sentiment analysis can flag emotional patterns across a 2-week study without you reading every single line. What used to take a researcher 2 weeks of manual coding now takes a few hours. 3. It surfaces things people don't say out loud. In an interview, people tell you what they think they do. In a diary study, you see what they actually do, including the parts they're embarrassed about or didn't think were worth mentioning. Here's a lightweight version you can run in 2 weeks. Step 1. Define your trigger, not just your topic. Don't say log your experience with the app. Every time you open the app, or every time you think about opening it but don't log it. That second part, the moments people avoid the product, is often the most valuable data you'll get. Step 2. Keep the logging effort under 2 minutes, 1 voice note, 1 screenshot, 1 quick rating. If logging itself becomes a chore, people stop logging, and your data gets thinner exactly when it gets interesting. Step 3. Send daily nudges, but don't be rigid. Gentle reminder at a relevant time, evening for a finance app, morning for a fitness app, works better than a fixed schedule. Step 4. Use AI to find patterns, not just summarize. Don't just ask, summarize these 80 entries. Ask, what moments of friction repeat across multiple users? Or where do users express uncertainty, even if they don't use negative words? AI is good at finding the patterns humans miss in volume. You're still the one deciding what those patterns mean. Step 5. Follow up with a short interview. The diary gives you the what and when. A 20-minute follow-up interview gives you the why. Together, that's a complete picture. But diary studies aren't free of problems. People forget to log. People log less when things are going badly, exactly when you'd want more data. And there's something called the observer effect. The simple act of asking someone to pay attention to their behavior changes that behavior. Someone who logs every time they check their banking app might start checking it less, just because they're now aware they're doing it. This doesn't make diary studies useless. It means you read the data knowing this, and you pair it with other methods. Diary studies are one lens, not the whole picture. Usability testing tells you whether someone can use your product. Diary studies tell you whether they actually want to, and what their relationship with it looks like, day after day, in the mess of real life. In a year where AI has made it easier than ever to collect and analyze qualitative data at scale, this old, slightly unglamorous method might be more useful than it's ever been. If you've run a diary study, or want to drop a comment, I'd genuinely like to know what you found.